Hello. I'm going to try and explain to you what I've just finished machining, and I'm going to explain that with the Taig lathe, there's not very much distance between the headstock spindle and the tailstock, and at the moment I've actually got less distance with the new tailstock that I put on there, and so I find that jobbers drill bits tend to be too long and awkward to use when you're drilling holes and roughing out holes, stuff like that. So I was on the internet and I was doing a search for some little stubby drill bits, and what I came up with was 1, 2, 3, 6. I came up with two types of drill bits, and the first one that I saw was this set here. I hope you can see that. There's 5 drill bits in there, and the length overall is 2 1/4 inches on the longest one, which is 5/16 diameter. So they were only about, I think they were about $12 for this set. They're made in China, so I'm not expecting too much from them, and they have a hex shank on them, so I presume they're meant to go into hand drills. So anyway, I took a chance and purchased these for, I think it was about $11 I paid plus shipping on Amazon, and I haven't used them yet, but while I was searching I came across 6 of these drill bits, and they're very short. The overall length is 1.5 inches on that one. That's the overall length. So that's really a nice short little stubby drill bit. These drill bits, these particular ones, these 6, they're made by Dormer, which is a quality product, and so I decided to purchase these 6 that were available with a they have a 1/4 inch 28 thread on each one, and they're averaged out to about, I think, about $10 each, maybe a bit less. The total bill for 6 of these type from Dormer and this set here, with shipping, came to about $60. I know that's quite a bit of money, but Dormer is a good quality product, and it certainly is a nice short length, especially for a small lathe like the Taig or Sherline. So anyway, I thought what I'll do is I'll purchase these 6 and make up a threaded adapter to screw on the end. So that's what I've done. So these are made from brass. I made 6 of these shanks from brass, and they screw on there like that. Now I made them out of 3/8 diameter brass, and let's see now. Now I wanted to make them all the same shank, all the same size shank. So I turned the 3/8 down to 5/16 because I have one Morse taper on the tailstock on the lathe, on the Taig lathe, and I purchased a all brick 0 to 5/16. It was fairly reasonable in price, so I purchased that and put in a 1 Morse taper, and so I've got two drill chucks that I use. Both have 1 Morse taper, and this one will go up to a 1/2 inch diameter. This is a real old one. I bought this about at least 40 years ago, and it's worked very well for me over the years. So I've got two chucks, one that takes a 5/16 maximum and one that takes 1/2 inch. So that's the reason why I turned all these shanks down from 3/8 down to 5/16, so that I could transfer them into the all brick if I was going to use that. Now the other thing is that I've got a collet set, and you have 5/16 somewhere. That'll do, maybe. Yeah. So what I have in the Taig tailstock, I take the original quill out of the Taig tailstock, and I use this sometimes, and this takes up to 3/8 collets at ER16, and it's got a nice long shank on it. So sometimes I use that. You'll probably see I used it when I was drilling out the bores for the radiator that I built for the sea line, and so just to make it easy, instead of having to change the collet all the time, if I wanted to use any of these drill bits, they all got the 5/16 shank. So that's another feature. I'm filming this because it might be of help to some people that have the Taig and have a bit of a problem with having enough room between headstock and tailstock to use jobber drills or short machine drill bits. So that's the reason that I'm showing this video, and so that's just about that. Now these are the containers that the dormers came in, and so there's 6 different sizes up to 3/8, and so I'm quite pleased that I'm able to make something that allows me to have more room between the headstock and tailstock on the Taig. So I'm thinking this is just a little bit that I'm adding. I've been thinking about profiling on the lathe, and particularly ball handles and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about, it's going through my mind that I may be able to set some kind of a fixture at the back of the lathe where I can disconnect the lead screw on the cross slide, or even maybe not even do that, use the top slide to profile something between centers, in particular a ball handle with a central ball and a larger ball at one end and a smaller one at the other, all in one piece. So that's another little job that I'm thinking about. I don't know if it's going to work. There's a bit of development to do there, but I've got the new tailstock the fittings at the back of the lathe on the bed, and I'm just wondering if I can incorporate what I've already got on the back and add a profiling bar of some kind to hold a profile plate so that I can form a shape between centres, or not even between centres, maybe just from the chuck. So that's another little job that I'm thinking about. In the meantime, I've got my sea line, I've got the carburetor on and the manifold, and I've got the headstock bolted down, and the sump base is screwed on, and I got the valves and the valve springs and all assembled. So our next job, I guess, will be putting the camshaft in through there and setting the valves up. So anyway, I just thought it would give you something to look at, and if anybody wants to make any suggestions, they're quite welcome to. I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do with the profiler, but if anybody wants to make any comments, they're quite welcome to. Okay, thank you.